Hello children, Krishna Singh back again. In my last video we were covering chapter 3 of Snapshots, and the name of the chapter was Ranga's Marriage, written by Masi Venkatesha Iyengar. Okay, yesterday we covered the first part of the video where we learned who was Ranga, who was Shyam, and what was his views for the marriage, and about Hosahali village. Okay, so all those parts were covered yesterday. Now, as I told you, what are we going to cover today? Yesterday, Shyama, he made a resolution that he will get Ranga married into this village to a nice girl, even though Ranga was very much against that. So now let's see how did he do it. Okay, so if we come to the book, this is on the 4th page. Okay, so he decided that I will play the matchmaking for him, I will get this boy married. So he knew one girl named Ratna, and she was Rama Rao's niece. She lost her parents, and she came to stay with her uncle at Hosahali, and she was from a metropolitan city. She was from metro city. That's why Shyama thought that she would be a perfect bride for Ranga. And that girl, she had a beautiful voice. She could play harmonium also, and that's why he thought that she will be a perfect match. So now, how would he arrange? How would he do the matchmaking? Let's see. He sent for Ratna to come to his house one day and asked her to sing the song. She sang very beautifully, and while she was singing, at the same time, he sent for Ranga also. The girl didn't know. She was lost in her singing. Okay, she was singing beautifully, and while she was singing, while she was into the song, okay, Ranga arrived. He stood at the door because the door was a bit closed. Okay, it was open a little bit. So he he stood at the door. He didn't knock because when he heard a beautiful voice coming from inside, he was mesmerized from the voice. He couldn't believe that such a sweet voice. And that voice immediately caught his attention, and something sparked inside him. He had a liking, and a curiosity came inside him. Who is this girl? Who is this girl with a beautiful voice? So unknowingly, he had no intention of coming inside, but he was so lost in the voice that knowingly he stepped inside. And when Ratna knew that somebody has come on the door, okay, she stopped singing, and Shyama just wanted to know the reaction of Ranga, whether to know his reaction, to know his opinion about the girl. So Ranga asked, who is this girl? Because somehow he had a liking for a girl who owns such a nice voice. So he asked, who is this girl? So Shyama told that she is so-and-so, Rama Rao's niece, but she is married. Now why did he use this word, she is married? Because he wanted to see the reaction of Ranga. That is he interested in the girl? And as soon as Ranga heard that the girl is married, okay, he had a lost expression on his face. Okay, he was depressed, and the reaction, he could not hide that feeling on his face that he was disappointed to hear, and that was very much the thing that Shyama wanted to see. And immediately he knew that this boy, he has fallen in love with a girl. So inside he was happy. Now he knew that he could go ahead with the planning. So Ranga went back home. Now it was time for Shyama to play the Cupid, to play the god of love. So he went to Shastri, the astrologer of the village, and both of them, they will collaborate together. He asked Shastri to help, and now he told the whole plan to the Shastri that I'll bring Ranga, this and that, and he told the name of the girl also, that her name is Ratna. So he could cook up the story and put things in Ranga's mind. Now he made the whole plan, and Shyama, he put words into Shastri's mouth that you have to speak all these things. So next day he called Ranga, and seeing expression on his face, he knew that this boy is lovesick now. So he told that, come, I know you're not feeling well, so let's go to the astrologer. I will take you to Shastriji, and somehow he will tell something about maybe some stars are going against you, maybe something is wrong with stars, so let's go to Shastriji. So he took him to the Shastriji. Now let's see what happened when he went there. Okay, when he went there, Shastriji and Shyama, they greeted each other. And in hurry, it almost came from Shyama's mouth that he came there just this morning. Okay, but Shastri, he saved the situation, because they didn't want Ranga to know that the things were planned, that he has brought Ranga here under a plan. So now let's see how will he manipulate Ranga into the marriage. So Shastri opened all his palmyra leaves and all those things, okay, patra and everything. So he asked him about the stars. He says that he doesn't know about that. Ranga told, that was my star, and what is that? So Shastri told he did some calculation, and it was just he was just playing a drama, doing the calculation and all that. So he did some calculation like that, and then he told, okay, something is worrying you. And Ranga was surprised. How did he know? What a good astrology. Then he told, this is about a girl. A girl is in your mind, and she is the cause of your worry. Now Ranga was put aghast. How good as possible? What a good astrology. Then Shastri, when they saw the reaction on the Ranga's face, they knew that he has accepted that a girl is the cause of her worry. So now Shastri told that the name of the girl is somewhere from the ocean, because he knew that the name of the girl was Ratna. It was told by Shyama already. So he told that the name of the girl is something derived from ocean. So after playing few words, then he came of it Ratna. Now hearing the word Ratna, his face lit up, Ranga's face lit up, because she was the cause of her worry. She was deep inside her mind, she was deep inside her heart, and the astrologer knew it. But Shyama told, oh, Ratna, that's true, but unfortunately that girl is married. Okay, must be some other girl. Then Shastri told, okay, maybe must be some other girl with similar name, but there is some girl with the name of the ocean. So fine. So when they were going back home, they passed by Ramarao's house, and Shastri told Ranga, okay, I'll just come in 1 minute, let me go inside and meet Ramarao. And within a minute he came back with his face lighting up. He told, "Oh Ranga, do you know Ratna is still single, she's not married." And when he told this, as he was telling this, he saw the expression on Ranga's face. He was happy. There was a life on his face. There was life on his face because he got what he wanted. So, children, why he was disappointed to hear that she was married? Because once we know that we have lost something, once we know that we cannot have this thing, we want to get that. Okay? So, he felt very happy. He was almost in 7 clouds hearing that, because he has almost lost something he liked. So after that, they came back home, and Shyama, he made all the arrangements for them to get married. Okay, so here is the end of one part of the story. One part of the story, that finally they got married. And finally, as I told you in my first video, that he was very much against the tradition of that village, and he was very much against the Ranga. He was very much against the child marriage. He was very much against the arranged marriage, and he had a philosophy of this modern view, that one should be like this, one should have be married to a mature girl, and one should like and admire and know each other, then only get married. But when the reality came, children, when the reality came, he forgot all his own philosophy for marriage, and he went into the manipulation by Shyama. He was totally manipulated by him, and he totally went against his own views on modernity, because deep-rooted inside his heart was somewhere the culture and tradition where he was brought up since his childhood. And one more thing, all of you know this, okay? When we like a person, okay, when we like a person, we love a person, so in that case, tradition, culture, age and all that is totally forgotten. So the same thing happened with Ranga over here, or our Ranga over here. And finally both of them, they tried into wedlock, happily married, okay, happily married. But this is not the ending. There was a small addition to that, okay. And the story has been forwarded to few years, say 3 or 4 years. And Shyama, he is telling, again he continued that he got an invitation. Once Ranga came to invite him for his son's birthday, and once Shyama went there, he was surprised that the child was named Shyama. So he now knew that this is under the influence of Western culture. Because in Western culture, if you like somebody, if you are impressed with somebody, if somebody is your idol, then you name the child under his name. So they paid respect to Shyam by naming their child as Shyam. Why they were impressed? Why they paid the respect? Because he was the one to bring them together. He was the one to make them husband and wife. Okay, because of them, they got married. Okay, and it was a happy one also. That's why he was satisfied, and not only that, and he was very happy, and he blessed the child. At the last, he played a small humor also, that why you have to name him Shyam, because as we know, Shyam is meant for dark color, Shyam Rang, okay, dark color, and the child was having fair complexion, So he played a small joke also, why you have to name him Shyam. But that was just a joke. And with this, that was the happy ending of the story, where we know that even though Ranga was having a conflict between tradition and modernity, but finally this modernity gave it to tradition, and tradition, which was deep rooted inside him, which was there inside him, okay, it led him get married to a young girl, a very young girl who was only 11 years old. So he surrendered, he gave up, and he agreed to marry Ratna, who was only 11 years old. So that was the story today. I'm sure that you understood each and every part, and again I suggest you to give a read, because once you read it, this very simple story, very down to the earth, you will enjoy reading it. So children, have a good time going through the story, going through the book. Have a read, and tomorrow I'll continue with another video, okay, which is something different. Till then, have a good time. Thank you for listening to me till then. Thank you.